All right, how we doing? Looks a little jittery. Let me see if I can fix the stream real quick. Maybe it's just my iPad. Oh no, I wonder what's going on. That sucks. Something's going on with my frame rate. Let me see, let me try one more thing. Hold on. All right, let's see if that fixes it. Something weird going on with the frame rate. What the heck's going on? It's the first time that's happened. Very strange. Is the audio okay? At least can you hear me? Seems like just the video. So I had some wireless issues at the house. That might be what's causing it. But I just plugged in another router that I had unplugged trying to troubleshoot things. That might be contributing to it. But yeah, I wonder what's going on. Very sad. If I stop the stream though, everything's gonna die. This isn't super scalable, so I think I'll just get through it, and even if it's at 10 frames a second, maybe it'll get better. I don't know. This is technology. The YouTube live stuff, I love doing it, but usually when it has a problem, it instead of slowing down, it just pixelates. So it's very strange that the frame rate is impacted tonight. Anyway, hoping that it will get better. But thank you all for joining me for Gear Talk episode 16. It is 16. Yep, 16. It is my time of the week that I get to sit down and just talk with everybody about skate stuff and nerd out about millimeters and different types of materials and things like that. Totally thank you guys for joining in. I know there's a lot of other things you could be doing on a Thursday night, but I'm really happy that you wanted to spend that time with me. This is going to be a big night, so I'm really happy and excited about this. And I really been biting my tongue for months now trying to get this all lined up. So I'm really excited to share it with you. So when I got back into blading, maybe 2.5 years ago now, my goal with skating wasn't aggressive. It was fitness. I wanted to get back and I wanted to just skate. I'm getting older, and I'm not a big runner. I don't really like running. I love to skate. And I was playing ice hockey, and that was my outlet. That was the way that I could get out and skate and keep my heart rate up and mind my weight and keep fit and such. But it's always difficult to get out to the rink, especially during when kids are around, and it's hard to manage family and the ice skating schedule. So I wanted to find a way that I could skate that wasn't on ice. So that's ultimately why I got back into skating, and got myself some Razors SLs, and I used some old Solomon fitness frames to ride big wheels. And I loved it. I love just skating. I love skating around town. I love skating at the skate park with big wheels. I love skating on trails with big wheels. I love exploring my city on big wheels. I have invested a lot of time in playing with big wheels and finding the perfect setup for me. And I'm very happy to kind of land on a Kaiser Trimax setup. That's kind of where I'm at. I do still like the Wizard frames for very specific applications, but I think for me, the Kaiser Trimax is a really great frame. So take a step back. When I brought back 50/50, I started looking at ways that I could make the frames better. And one of the biggest problems that I ran into was finding a good wheel that I could ride flat. At the time when I brought the frames 6 mil or lower, and unfortunately the 58 millimeters were designed for, they're not easy for me to skate flat. And I'm sure that a lot of people can skate flat with 58s. I have a really difficult time skating flat with 58s. So for me, I wanted to find a wheel that 50/50 could make that was designed for the frames. So I started doing a lot of research, and I've tested, I don't know, probably 7 different wheel companies' wheels to see what I could come up with. And I found through my exploration, I found a company that made an amazing wheel. So the wheel compound, it kind of varied from company to company, but a lot of them were very generic. This one wasn't. This was a really quality urethane that I was really happy with. So I was skating those for a little while, and I was testing them as a 60 millimeter. And, they worked great, and they lasted great. I actually sent a set of the 60 millimeters out to Chad Tannenhill out in Bakersfield, and asked him to destroy them. He wasn't able to. So, he skates really hard, he breaks frames, he chips things, and he wasn't able to break the wheels. So that was a really good sign. Skating anti-rocker on 60s, so I was really, really impressed with that. But I don't want to make an anti-rocker wheel, I don't want to make a wheel that's already been made. Not to say that I won't make an anti-rocker wheel, but I don't want to do something that's already out there. That doesn't seem like, there's a lot of companies making 60 millimeter wheels and making good 60 millimeter wheels. I don't really want to compete with that. I think that there are great 60 millimeter wheels out there. So I'm still in this pursuit of the flat wheel, and I don't have anything to announce about that yet, but I'm getting a few steps closer to it. I think I found the right compound. Now I need to start testing different profiles and different sizes to see what size and what wheel is best for the balance frames for skating flat. But while I was doing research, this company that makes really great wheels also makes big wheels. So they sent me some samples of their big wheels, and I'm a huge fan of the Wish frame. I'm a huge fan of the Kaiser Trimax with hundreds. So I asked them for some 72 millimeter wheels and some 100 millimeter wheels. And actually, these are you probably, if you've seen any of the videos, these are those crazy green wheels. So these are what they had for samples. These are the 100 millimeter wheels. And, there's, I wouldn't be riding fluorescent green wheels. I don't have a lot of fashion sense, but I wouldn't put fluorescent green wheels with every skate. I like black wheels. That's my favorite color for wheels. Anything dark, because I don't really want the wheels to stand out as much as I want the skates to stand out and my skating to stand out. But they had samples in green, so I took them. And you've seen how much I've skated, and these wheels are in pretty great condition still. So these are 100 millimeter wheels. They are 85A, which is a really nice balance of stickiness, but still cushiony, and they still slide. So you've seen me doing slides on these. 85A is what the mushroom blading wheels are. They're also 100 millimeter. They're also really good wheels. But I really loved these wheels, and I think these are really great for skating tri skates, great for skating wizards, you name it. And for me, 100 millimeter is, even on a 110 millimeter frame, a 100 millimeter wheel is my preferred size for big wheels. So not only 100 millimeter, but they sent me some 72s, and that's what I'm riding in these USD Shadows. So these are the 72 millimeter sample wheels that I got. They're also 85A. And you would think, well, 85A, that's kind of sticky. Lawrence, what are you doing? Well, first of all, on a wish frame, you kind of want that stick, you know? So if you're skating fast and you're on your toes and you're trying to climb up a skate park in some wood or something like that, you want some stickiness so that you don't slide out. I've tried skating with 95A wheels at a skate park, and I did not have a good time. So you want that. You want a little bit of stickiness, and you want a really nice profile. So these 72s, they're not bullet. They're a very rounded profile, but they're more bullet than flat. They're really, really nice. And these are, you know, black on black, which is, again, my favorite color. So I've skated these in the wish frames. I've skated these in the level 3.1 frames. I had a video where I went to a skate park with flat 72s. Those are the wheels that I had on these. But I knew that I wasn't going to be able to really push them in aggressive. So I actually sent a set of these samples. I had 8 of them. And I sent a set of 4 of them up to Canada so that my friend Guy Crawford could skate them. And, you know, I wanted to get his honest opinion. Like, are these good wheels? Like, I feel like they're really good wheels. What do you think? And he loved them. He absolutely loved them. You know, he kept saying that they're the right balance of stick and slide, you know, so you can do set slides around things and you could still skate on ramps. It was a really good balance of durability and, you know, the wear and, you know, the skating, and it was just, for him, it was a really great wheel. So I started thinking, you know, I should probably bring these in. And I think that there's a market for 72 millimeter wheels, and I know that there's a market for 100 millimeter wheels, because there aren't very many people out there making 100 millimeter wheels. I've tried finding them. You know, there's the big ones, and then that's really about it. So I had the idea, and I'm announcing today the launch of a new company that I'm starting that is going to specialize in big wheels. So the company is called Compass, and the slogan is Skate Everywhere. And you can find more information at skateeverywhere.com. That's where the website is, where we're going to be putting all the wheels and such. So the wheels are in production now. So I'm bringing in 72 millimeter wheels and 100 millimeter wheels. You can see all the graphics on the website, and you can see a few video clips of Guy skating them in the 72s. He's on the 72s on his wish frames in the mega ramp, in some of his skate parks sessions and such as well. Each of the wheels is going to have a story around them, and that's really important to me. You know, I didn't want to come out with a company that was just like, hey, I'm going to make some wheels and just come out with black wheels. I wanted each wheel to have a story. So the 72 millimeter wheel is called the Durham. So the Durham wheel is 72 millimeters and 85A. And the reason that it's called Durham is because Durham is my city. That's where I live. And the skate park downtown is where I first tried the wish frames. So that was my first exposure to what a 72 millimeter wheel could feel like in a really nice setup. And I mean, you know that I'm a huge fan of the wish frame. The 72 millimeter Durham wheels mixed with, I mean, these are the Shred Pull 60s. It is an amazing feeling. It is a fast, sticky feeling with a harder wheel on the inside. I get no wheel bite. You've seen me skate them at skate parks. It is a great balance of speed, durability, profile, all of that. So these are the 72 millimeter Durhams. The 100 millimeters, these, imagine that they're in black. Again, the samples are in green, but these are called Chapel Hill. So one of my good friends, Dylan, he and I think you've seen some videos of Dylan and I skating. Dylan Kingsolver, he is pretty amazing at what he does. He looks at things differently, and he skates flat 80s, I think, right now. But he also skates Trimax with 110 millimeters. And he motivates me to do different things and skate differently when I'm out there with him. And the wheels that, the Chapel Hill wheels, they're named after Chapel Hill, which is, the home of UNC, where, the Tar Heels play, and, Michael Jordan got his basketball career started. The campus is amazing to explore, and we love to just go out there and just poke around and jump over things and just ride around. It is a great place for wizards. It is a great place for 3x100s. It is an amazing campus, and that's why the 100 millimeters are the Chapel Hill. Again, they're going to come in black, 100 millimeter, 85A. So those are the first two wheels that will be coming in the first shipment. Production starts this week, I believe, if not already started. Pre-orders will start next week. So we'll have the 72 millimeter Durhams, we'll have the 100 millimeter Chapel Hills in stock. We're having a very limited run. Again, this is something that is brand new to me. I don't know the wheel market. I know that I love skating, and I know that a lot of people love 72 millimeter wheels for wish frames or for Aeon 72s. And a lot of people love hundreds for, riding on Trimax if they don't want to ride a 110, or riding on their wizard frames. And I'm really getting the wheels that I love first. I'm not getting a lot, so if you are interested, pre-orders next week. They start Friday midnight, Thursday at midnight, Friday morning, and they'll run until Sunday. They'll be in stock at Roller Warehouse, as well as Oak City and Intuition to start. And yeah, I'm super excited. Couple more things. So Compass, the Compass team was really important to me. So we started with a team of 5 very different skaters for Compass. My main motivation around Compass is I just want to promote skating. I want people to go out and skate. And I don't really care what you do. If you want to skate aggressive with wish frames, that's great. It's a great use for the Compass wheels. If you want to skate wizard frames, if you want to skate flatland, if you want to skate urban, doesn't matter. Just get out there and skate. There's more to life than just skating aggressive and grinding the same ledge over and over again. And trust me, I love skating aggressive. But you can skate without just grinding all the time. There's a whole cities to explore. There's trails to skate. So I wanted to look for people who epitomize the different disciplines that I really looked up to. So first, 5 people on the team. So first is Guy Crawford. Guy, has been a really good friend of mine for many years. He skated for 50-50 back in the days for the UK team, which was crazy, probably 20 years ago. I don't think he's quit. I think he's always been skating. Definitely doesn't skate as much as he used to 20 years ago, but that's what happens when you have a family. So Guy lives up in Canada. He's going to be skating the Durham wheels, and he's actually the only one on the team who's on the wheels now. He skates wish frames, and he'll have the Durhams on the wish frames in the 72 millimeter. I already talked about my friend Dylan Kingsolver. He is going to be skating. He's in Durham, so he's local with me. He is an amazing skater. I kind of lump him into like the mushroom blading sort of thing. He jumps over big stuff. He does gazelles and stuff with his flat 80s. He's going to try some 72s. He also has a background in aggressive, so I'm really interested to seeing what he does with flat 72s. But I think it's going to be great with him. I love watching him skate, and I think that, he probably isn't super well known, but I think he will be, after you start seeing him skate. He's got a very different way of looking at things. Another friend who I've known for a while now is Drew Patton. So Drew is Drew's in Wichita, Kansas. Drew is he started as an aggressive skater. A lot of us started as aggressive skaters, but as we got older, we started looking at different ways that we could skate. We didn't want to just skate the same ledge all the time. So Drew got really into flatland and spins and one-footed turns and pivots and stuff like that. I don't know the names of the things that he does, but I love to watch him skate. He always, even when he's doing aggressive, he always lands and does some sort of a spin out of it. And I love that. I love the way that he looks at skating, and he just always looks for things to spin or things to jump over. Um, Rather than looking for obstacles, he looks for a nice, clean, flat surface. And, that's so different than the way that I look at things. So I want to make sure that people see that. And there are a lot of people out there who just love to skate, maybe the slalom people, right? They love to skate. So that's what we're trying to promote, is just get out there and skate. One of Drew's really good friends, Brock Jacobs, he is in Denver, Colorado. And, if you saw Drew skate and had a little bit of a figure skating, kind of figure skate dancing, ice dancing flavor, Brock takes it to the next level. This guy, go to the website, skateeverywhere.com, and check out Brock's clips. He's incredible. I don't even know how he does what he does. So he will skate, and it's just like this continual, spinning, one-footed, two-footed thing. It is an amazing, for a guy who is used to, he's either skating wish frames or NA rocker. It's an amazing thing to watch. I don't know how he does it. I can figure out grinds, right? I can figure out, gaps and things like that. But this is like control of your edges and knowing which wheel you're on with a rocker setup. It's incredible. So I'm super, super excited to have Brock on the team. I don't know Brock super well. I know of him, and I've watched a lot of videos of him. I have a lot of admiration for him and the way that he skates. And I'm really excited to see what he does, in the next year. And then finally, coming out of retirement in a lot of ways, my good friend from Alameda, growing up doing aggressive skating together, Jason Marshall. So Jason and I go way back. We started skating together back in the mid-90s. If you were a rollerblader back in the 90s, you probably know Jason's name. He was the guy that, almost landed the leap of faith. He had a amazing segment edit in VG4. He, did the backslides and kinked rail and stuff like that. He had a section in Transcend. Amazing skater back in the days. He was a counselor over at Woodward. Incredible skater. Kind of the same thing that happened to me, though. Jason grew up and started a family and stopped skating. And I think he tried to get back into skating a little bit, but it was really difficult to find the time. And the skating that he got back to was grinding. And we've been there. We wanted to do a little bit more. So when I got back into skating, he was playing ice hockey. I was playing ice hockey. And I told him, hey, you got to check these out. And I showed him my Powerslide Imperials with the 3x110s. He was like, what the hell are those? So he got himself a pair. And it was like he's never skated before. It was brand new world. So that's the feeling that I got when I got on my 3x100s, my 3x110s. He's going to be a little bit of a mix of aggressive and fitness. He loves to skate, and he loves big wheels. He loves to go fast. But obviously, he's got that style that's built in that you know it's Jason when you see him do, his backside Favre or backside Torx or whatever. Amazing skater. I couldn't be more happy to have him on the team. I think he's going to represent really well. I love seeing people get back into skating and just motivating them to get out and skate. Find the fun in skating again. So that's Compass. I'm extremely happy. I think it's a risk. Obviously, I'm putting my own money into this. This isn't any association with 50/50. It's kind of a sister brand, but 50/50 will remain aggressive, and I have a lot in store for 2019. Those wheels that I talked about earlier that I was researching, working on them. But I don't want to pass up an opportunity to do something more for skating. And I think that there's a need for an aggressive company, and I think that there's a need for a big wheel company. And there needs to be a line between the two. They're very different. And I think that you can do a lot of aggressive with bigger wheels, but I think those hundreds, those 80s, the rocker with 80s and 76s and doing flatland and stuff, that's a lot of fun. And I don't want to dilute the two brands. I want to make sure that there's a clean, aggressive side and a big wheel side. So Compass is going to be that big wheel side. Check it out, skateeverywhere.com. Pre-orders start next week on Thursday at midnight, and we should have them in stock at the end of February. So extremely excited again. If you have any questions, please find me at the website. Get me on Instagram or Facebook. Links are all there. And thanks for the support. I can't wait for 2019. All right. So, I know that the frame rate sucks. And I'm super lagged too. Yeah, I'm like 30 seconds behind. Something's going on with my wireless, or maybe it's YouTube, or maybe it's the app, I don't know. It's weird that it's not breaking through, it's just jittery. But the quality seems really good, so I'll have to see if I can fix this in post. I don't know if I can though. Any questions that you guys have? You know, this is a big deal for me. I don't think there's been a big wheel specific company before. Definitely not one that I've been involved with. And I want to do it right. You know, I want to make sure that this is an inclusive company, that we're not looking for a very specific style of aggressive skater. Compass is all about skating. You know, I think from the 180 blading community challenge from last month, it really opened my eyes to the amount of people out there who just love to skate. You know, it was a very different group that participated in the 180 challenge than we got in the Machio challenge and that we're getting in the frontside challenge. I want to make sure that those people have brands that are devoted to them, that people who just love to skate, who don't need little wheels, who don't need H-blocks, they have a brand that they can consider their own. And it's not a subset of a bigger brand. It's a very specific brand. This is for big wheels. We're not going to make any wheels smaller than 72. And we're not going to make any wheels bigger than 110. I think 125s, I mean, these things are amazing, but they're not for having fun. They're for skating distance. And that is a lot of fun, but that's not what Compass is about. Flat 72 is a great feeling. Flat 100, flat 110 on some Trimax or on a Wizard frame is a great feeling. That's where I think the sweet spot is, and that's where I really want to focus. I'm looking through some of the questions. I know that I'm lagged, so I apologize. I don't know what's going on with my live stream, and the new router didn't seem to help much. But let me go through and answer any of the questions. If you do have any questions, put them in the chat again, just in case I don't get through them. I don't know what the lag is all about, but I sure hope that I can get through them. I will start from the beginning, I guess. A couple of questions about where to get them. So we will have, we'll have them on the website. You know, the wheels will be available for pre-order next week, and then end of February, I think they'll be here. It takes about a month for production and then a week to ship. So they started production this week, so I'm assuming that it'll be the last week of February, maybe the beginning of March. Lord knows, you know, how customs is going to be if the government is still shut down and all that. But I'm hoping that it'll be the end of February. We'll have some t-shirts. I'm also going to make a nice fleece jacket that will have a little embroidery on it. It's a very different company. And I want to make sure that it is treated as a different company. It's not an aggressive company. This is for something different. This is for, I don't want to say a more mature audience, but it's a different audience. And that audience, I feel, is different than the aggressive audience that I'm used to. So there's going to be a lot of exploration this year. Different shops are probably going to carry it. So at launch, you know, Long over at Oak City, Matt Mickey over at Intuition and Gil at Roller Warehouse have all said they would love to carry them. I've sent them images. They will have them for pre-orders next week. I don't know how many they're going to get because I don't know how many I'm going to be able to sell, and I don't know how many they're going to want. You know, this is all new to me, but they will start with the 72s and the 100s. Yeah, support your local shop. You know, if you live near here, get them from Oak City. If you live in California, get them from Intuition. If you want to support Roller Warehouse, get them from Roller Warehouse. I don't, you know, I want to make sure that people get the wheels. So support shops. We need shops. If all else fails, or if you need international, skateeverywhere.com is a great place to go. We'll have everything there. We'll have some deals as well, so you can get a t-shirt and wheels at the same time. And we're also going to be throwing in a set of 50/50 bearings with every order. So when you pre-order the wheels, for every wheel, you'll get 2 bearings. So they'll be sold in sets of 4, sets of 6, or sets of 8 for the big wheels. So you'll get bearings with them as well. And there's nothing better than having a nice, fresh wheel with fresh bearings. You know, that's my, again, the way that I want to do it. So I'm making this company for me. So a lot of this stuff is just going to be the way that I skate. So that's the way that it is. Houston. I don't know of any skate shops in Houston. I'm not against it, obviously. You know, I love shops. So if there is a shop in Houston that would want to carry the product, I would be more than happy to sell to them and, you know, get a relationship started. We're not going to have high minimums. Again, it's just me. I want to make some wheels, and I want to start building a company that can reinvest into the industry and make big wheeling more of a thing. I think Powerslide is doing an amazing job, but they shouldn't be the only ones. You know, there needs to be more big wheel companies that just are promoting people skating. So yes, in Houston, if there's a great shop, be more than happy. That's not the full list of shops that will be carrying them. Those are the only shops that I've been able to reach out and contact and have signed up for the first pre-orders. So again, it's the first launch. So it's launching a new company is always hard. It will get there. Yeah, if your shop is interested, ask them to carry the wheels, or ask them to get in contact with me, or get in contact with me through the Facebook or Instagram, and I will reach out to them. The corporate retreat. No, there's not going to be a corporate retreat per se. Not until summer. Summer we might try to do something. I don't really know what we would do. Like, I don't have competitions. That's the thing. Like, I don't want this to be about competitions, you know? Like, it's easy for 50/50 to go and sponsor Blading Cup, or for companies to go out and sponsor Winter Clash. But this is different, you know? I'm thinking maybe sponsor like Thursday Night Skates, and buy pizza for everybody, or you know, sponsor. It's not even a marathon sort of skate thing. Maybe it's more like a Saturday skate club sort of thing. That's the market that I want to get into. That's the market that I think needs the most attention. They need the nurturing, and they don't have anybody. You know, they have the corporate companies, but they don't have anybody focused on them. That's really where I think we need to focus, and you know, that's where the sport will grow. So no corporate retreat yet, but I'm looking into options for summer. Different wheel sizes. That's a really good question. So yes, there absolutely will be different wheel sizes. I plan on, as soon as I sell, so it's a limited amount of money that I have to invest in this thing. I'm bringing in as many wheels as I can. If these wheels sell out, I will replace those wheels, and the money that I make from the wheels that I sell will go back into production. So I sell through those wheels, I will order more of those wheels, and then I will add another wheel. The next wheel I want to add is the 80 millimeter. 80 millimeter, 85 is a great wheel size and a great durometer. It is without a doubt a big wheel, and there's no aggressive mines for it. I actually have some 80 millimeter samples coming in that Drew and Brock are going to be skating. They are, you know, the kind of the flatland dance kind of guys. Brock more than Drew, but they'll be able to tell me if my 80 millimeter 85s are good for what they do. I'm going to be skating the 72s on probably some 72 mil Aeons. My buddy Dylan is going to be skating the 72s on, I don't know what he's going to skate. Maybe the level 3 ones that I have. Not really sure. But yes, more wheel sizes is the plan. Definitely want to bring in an 80. Definitely want to bring in a 110. I would love to bring in a 90. I've heard really great things about 90s, but I've never found a frame that I've been able to skate. So I don't have them, you know. I'm only bringing in things that I skate myself. And a 90 isn't, nobody makes a frame for it that, you know, is really attainable. I know that Caltic makes the bat frame. I know there's a few other frames out there that are 90, but it's very small amount of people that skate 90s. BigWheelBlading.com. You know, I haven't reached out to Jan yet. You know, I kept this really tight because it's so different, and I didn't know how it was going to. I didn't know how people would react. You know, and you know, just judging by the comments, it seems everybody's pretty happy with it. Jan and I go way back. I definitely want to talk to Jan about it and let him know, now that the website's up, let him know so that he can get involved. I would love, I mean, again, just ideas, but I would love to do collabs and stuff like that, where, you know, the two first wheels, the 72 and the 100, they're the Durham wheel and the Chapel Hill wheel. Those are named after places that I skate. Those are wheels that are designed around the way that I skate and the setups that I skate. I would love nothing more than to have a Toronto wheel for Guy, or a Wichita wheel for Drew, or, you know, different cities. People, maybe they skate different ways, or maybe they, you know, whoever lives out there skates a very unique way and they need a special wheel. Like maybe, you know, if you're skating in California, maybe you need a harder wheel. Maybe 85 is too soft. So I want to try to experiment with that, and I want to make the line. The Durham will always be 72-85. But if I make a 72-88, who knows where that's going to be. I think that, you know, collabs with different companies is a possibility for sure. You know, I have a list of people that I support that I would love to get on the wheels. You know, really, I want to take it slow. I want to make sure that people are riding the wheels for the right reasons. If you're sponsored for a skate company or a wheel company or a frame company and you don't ride the product, what's the point? You know, it's not about being sponsored, it's about having fun skating. And I've taken a long time to develop this core group of 5 skaters. And I'm going to continue growing that group. And I think that there will be additional wheels, maybe pro models of sorts, not really named after the skater, but maybe named after their town for the style of skating that they do in the future. I absolutely can see that happening. Polo shirts. Ben, I haven't gotten to it yet, but never say never. I don't wear polo shirts, so I'm in 3. I have 3 uniforms. So my skating uniform you all have seen. You know, it's usually some sort of a skate company, predominantly 50-50. But you know, I skate every skate company. You know, you'll see me in Conjure brand, you'll see me in Sick, you'll see me in Wish, you'll see me in you name it, True Spin stuff, VG shirts. You send me a shirt, you know, I'll wear it. Like I wanna promote. That's one of the main things that I can do with the channel's reach is promote skating in different brands. During the weekdays, you know, I wear normal t-shirt and jeans sort of guys, not skating shirts as much, but you know, just ironic shirts, usually t-shirts. And then I have my work outfit, which is usually a button-down, long sleeve, jeans, and that's it. Those are my 3 outfits. So I don't wear a lot of short sleeve polo shirts. I'm never gonna say never. I do actually wear a fleece when you know, it's a little cold, but not too cold, which is why I'm bringing out the Compass fleece. It's gonna be great. It's black. It's a nice micro fleece material. It'll have a little Compass logo embroidered here in yellow, so it's all black with yellow. I don't know. Small numbers. I don't think I'm going to sell a lot of those, but I know that I'm going to wear the hell out of it. So if you want one, they're going to be on the website as well. And you'll be able to pre-order next week. The Compass cardigan, yeah. that's in the works as well, Drew. Andrew, yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on. This is an iPhone XS. You would think that it would be good, but something's going on. I don't know if it's the YouTube app or what. So apologies for the frame rate. I'm hoping the audio is good. I'm also very behind for some reason. I don't know why, but it's taking a long time to buffer the video. So apologies. I don't know what else I could do. All right. A Detroit wheel that'll be 90. Yeah, that would be good. Anything that's, I'm looking at some of these, so Yeti 58 to 62, that's an aggressive size in my eyes. And I'm not saying that 50-50 won't come out with an aggressive wheel that size. I don't think, where's my 50-50 frames? Here we go. So balance frames. I don't want to make a wheel that won't fit the frames that I sell. And 50-50 is all about grinding and skating aggressive. And that's why a low center of gravity and a 58 millimeter wheel is really great. I am working on a 58 millimeter wheel for these. That was the reason why Compass got started, because I found a really awesome company that makes big wheels, but they also make amazing urethane. So they will be pouring the 58 millimeter wheels. I just need to find the right profile and the right hardness for the 50-50 wheel. It's going to be a while. I haven't gotten them tested yet. But I've been working with the company to come up with some different formulas and profiles, and I'm really excited about them. 60 maybe. I could see 60 anti-rocker working just fine. The reason that 50-50 hasn't done a 60 millimeter wheel yet is because there are a lot of great 60 millimeter wheels out there already. You know, I'm skating the Shred Pools from Conjure brand. I love the Securithanes. The Undercover 60s are great. There's plenty of great 60 millimeter wheels out there. And I'm sure I haven't even scratched the surface. Bigger ones though, like 62, 65, I think there's something there, but it won't fit this frame. So I'm hesitant to bring out a wheel that won't fit the frames that I sell. I really want to sell a complete. You know, I want somebody to go and get a them boot or a carbon free or something like that, and then go to 5050.com and say, give me the rest. So they get the frame, they get 8 58 millimeter wheels, they get 50-50 bearings, and they're set, and they have an amazing setup. That's where I want to be summer, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to make it in time. I really hope that summer is it all depends on how the wheel testing goes. I will keep you updated on the wheel testing, of course. You know, I've been testing these wheels in public, even though I haven't told you guys, for what, 6 months now. So if something breaks, you'll know, and I won't make that wheel. But as soon as I start testing, I'll let everybody know. I don't know when the wheels are going to be here, but they are, you know, the Compass wheels are in production now. The 58 samples should be right behind that. So fingers crossed that these first 58s come in and they look good. I will definitely be sharing them on the Back to Blading video, and I'll be doing a gear talk to explain the concept behind the 58. So stay tuned for that. Good question. Will 50-50 ever make a frame that will support bigger wheels? Cobra Kai. Yes, but within reason. I don't like skating aggressive with 72s. I think the wish frames are fine. Wish frames are very much an exception to the rule. If you look at this wish frame, you can see what I've had to do to get this 72 to fit on my shadows. You know, I had to grind the heck out of this thing so that it was low enough. This isn't really a 72 mil wheel. This is a 72 mil wheel rockered up, which is in the base, which now becomes like a flat 60. So it's a very weird like math thing that Cletus has done here to make this a great setup. I don't think that this 72 flat is really an aggressive wheel. I think that's a big wheel. The exception is the 72 mil Aeon, which I have skated, and I will be skating as soon as the Durham wheels come in. I'll be skating these again just to test them out. I think this is the exception, and the reason is that it's not UFS. You know, you can get a nice split. 72 mil wheels are big. You've got a lot of wheel bite protection here, a nice groove. I think this is the way to skate flat 72s with aggressive. I think if 50/50 came out with a big wheel, I think the biggest that we would do is a 65. I do have some ideas around a 65. I think we've kind of nailed where I want to be with the grinder blader setup. The balance frames are amazing. You know, I love skating them. It's the reason I brought back the company. Flat 58 is a really great setup for balance of speed and balance of, you know, lower center of gravity. Look at the Sola frames. You know, there's a reason why they tested, I'm sure, the 65s and they decided to go with the 58s. I think 58 is a really perfect balance of speed and stability. But I do think that there's something, I love skating the big wheels at the skate park. I love getting a lot of air. For me, getting a lot of air. I think that 65 is probably where we would end up. And I can definitely see 50/50 coming out with a new frame. 65 flat, 65 millimeter wheels. I think that can happen. Obviously nothing to announce. Obviously nothing happening this year. All of my money is tied up into Compass and new wheel development. And, you know, we didn't talk about the yellow frames, but all of that stuff is in production right now. So anything that I possibly had in savings to put into a new frame, that's all gone. Summer should be able to make back most of the money. Maybe I can start development on things and prototyping things into fall. Maybe there can be a new frame come next year, but it's definitely not going to happen in 2019. MS-DOS FX, 54, 55, 56. Yes, totally agree. I'm going to try to get away with the 58. I have a theory. So my theory is that a 55 millimeter wheel is amazing, but it's because of the profile of the 55 millimeter wheel lining up with the way that you grind. So it doesn't get wheel bite because the 55 millimeter is small. It doesn't get wheel bite because the angle of the 55 is so low that you're not going to get wheel bite. I want to make a 58 millimeter wheel that has that same angle as a 55 millimeter wheel, but it's 58 millimeters. So that means a smaller tread on top, but the same angle, so that when you're doing, you know, Royale tricks or whatever, you don't stick, you know, like these things. If you look at this wheel, this slides. Like, you would think, well, wait, it's 85A. Why would this slide? It slides great. You know, you can get on a wax ledge or something and do magic slides for days on these things. They're great wheels, and the reason is the profile of this wheel. So if you're doing a slide like this, you're just kind of coasting around. If you're doing a slide on something that's like a square wheel, it's going to be, you know, stuck like that. So I want to try to experiment with that. That's my theory. I'm investing some money in testing it. I hope that it works. Obviously I'll be testing in public, so you'll see all of my tests and if it works or not. I hope that it works, because then everybody will want to buy the wheels. If it doesn't work, you know, at least I tried. The next step obviously is, well, let's get the smaller wheels that we know works. And I do have some 55 millimeter wheels that I can have access to. I don't know that that's the right solution, but it is a solution, and I might try those as well. Freak in Motion. I saw your thing. You don't know what you want to do now. You love aggressive skating, but just hitting the street. That's exactly what Compass is for. So I am that guy. You know, I love skating aggressive, but I can only skate aggressive once a weekend, you know, once a week even. My knees just are shot. I fall down a lot, and I do love grinding. I love aggressive. I love getting air. I love doing threes. I love like learning new tricks, but I feel like I can have a lot of fun just skating around my city too. So that's what Compass is all about. You know, just promoting skating. You know, get some flat 72s. These where the heck are they? Do I have them? There they are. So these are the 72 mil frames that I recommend. These are the Kaiser level 3.1s. These will fit, you know, the Compass 72s. They'll fit every 72. It's not like Compass is a brand new size. It's 72 millimeter. These are designed for 72. But when you put these on your UFS skates, it's low. It's a low profile. You know, the wheels stick up into the arch. It does have a little bit of a groove. If you want to go to a skate park and do some soul tricks, this is great. I had a really hard time with a Royale because the height of this groove made my Royale, I had to get really low, and I don't have the strongest quads anymore, so I can't really support myself when I get that low on a Royale. But if you just want to skate, if you just want to do transitions, if you want to do bowls, snake runs and stuff, or if you just want to skate around your city and just do some stair rides or wall rides or just jump over things, like, it's fun to skate. And I think, you know, aggressive skaters, we kind of lose sight of that. You know, we have wheels on our feet. Like, let's go out and use them, you know? If all you're going to do is, you know, skate, you know, 10 steps, jump on a ledge, jump off, and then go back and repeat, that's fine. But you don't really need wheels, right? I mean, you need something that will move you, but who cares what the profile of the wheel is? Get the hardest wheel you can get so it'll last forever, and just go up there and jump on the thing and jump off. Compass wants to promote the other side of skating. I want to promote people who just go out there and look at things differently. People like, you know, Dylan, who looks at transitions, jumps over things, kicks the sides of things. I just love, I mean, it's not my style, but I love that he's going there. People like Drew, who has an aggressive background, who does airs and stuff like that, but he also finds, you know, spins and stuff like that, floor work. I love that stuff. Those are things that you can't do running, you know? Like, you could dance maybe, but, you know, you got wheels on your feet. Have fun. Like, it's fun to skate. Go do it. Yellow frames, yes, yellow frames. Nothing to announce yet, but yeah, I'm planning on doing yellow frames this year. That's going to be the color of the year. I'll still have the white and the black frames in stock, and I will continue to have white and black in stock, but I'm going to get some yellow frames, hopefully for spring. Stay tuned, still trying to get the production schedule all sorted out, but as soon as I know, you will know. There will be some really cool pre-order prizes, some unique stuff that I'm really excited about. Also, if, let's see, what else is going on for spring? If you've been watching the channel, you know. So the bags are coming back for spring. So this is the original Fitty Fitty bag that I designed back in 99, maybe 2000. We got in touch with the original manufacturer, and they are making samples for us, and they got us a quote, and the numbers look good. So we'll be able to land these at a reasonable price, less than $100, which is going to be great. They will be in probably in the end of March. Again, pre-orders will start probably in February. A lot of cool freebies to come with this bag. I'm super excited about these bags. And this is just the beginning, you know, this is the first color. There's going to be a ton of different colors in the future if these sell well. So yeah, it's going to be a busy spring. I am a busy guy, but I love it. You know, this keeps me happy. And, you know, I get a lot of great messages like you guys in the live chat talking about how, you know, I don't know. It's just good to see the encouragement that people like what I do. So yeah, I'm 100% devoted to blading. You know, I want to bring back the glory days. I want to keep people skating, you know, aggressive, big wheels, whatever you like to do. Just let's get out and skate. You're happy when you skate, you know, and I like being happy, so I like to skate. All right. Jonathan Hayes. Yeah, core frames is a hypothetical. Yeah. Again, nothing to announce yet, but I love what Kyle did with the Solar frame. I think that is a really smart direction. My only hesitation with the Solar frame is that it's expensive. And I don't think that's the problem. I think there's a market for that level of frame. I mean, look at the Wizard frame, right? They sell fine. You see a lot of Wizard frames out there. But I don't know. I have a lot more research to do. I don't know that I could sell a 65 millimeter frame for $180. I just don't know. I don't know that I would make money doing it, and I don't want to lose money. I think that Kyle's doing a great job. I'm sure that Kyle will be successful. He is an amazing engineer. The Solar frames look incredible, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. You can see why I don't have the money to buy them right now, with all the things that I have going on, but that's the dream. Like, I want to have a new frame. I want to have a 65. I think the core frame was a great concept. I think that if I had an option, if I were able to make a version 2 of the core frame, it would have been amazing. And I haven't, and I'm still kind of chasing that dream. I don't know if it's going to happen this year, but I think that there's something there. I think that the metal with plastic combination is really smart. It's just got to be affordable, and it's got to have a proven difference between what else you're skating. You know, the original core frames were designed to make the freestyle frames stronger because people were snapping freestyle frames. I don't skate freestyle anymore, so I'm trying to find the purpose of having a core system again. Never say never. Again, I've got a lot of ideas. I don't have a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of money. So those two things, trying to keep going, you know, obviously keep supporting the companies that I'm involved with. That helps with the money side of things. There's not much that I can do about the time, but that's just the way that I roll, I guess. All right. Let's see. No soap shoes. Sorry, that would be something. EK, yeah, I saw the Blade Club bag. I think it's fine. I mean, again, I think it definitely was inspired by the 50/50 bag, but I mean, so what? You know, it's a very different market. They're in what I know of the Blade Club bag, it is a bigger bag. We're actually redesigning the 50/50 bag to be a little slimmer. Currently it's 8 inches and it's going to come down to 6 inches. So it'll still be big enough to fit all of your stuff. I'm kind of calling this the like a weekend bag. So this is the bag that you can shove all of your stuff in, extra parts, you know, changes of clothes, strap your helmet on, skates on the side, put your laptop in there, charging cables, things like that. And you could throw it in for a Woodward weekend or something like that. That's the goal of this bag. The Blade Club bag is not. That is like a camera bag. It is definitely a skate bag, but it's a camera bag. It's got really nice protective stuff for your equipment. It is big. You know, it's a lot taller than the 50/50 bag. There's definitely some design cues that you can see with the 2 front-facing pockets and the big pocket on the bottom. But, I mean, it's flattery, you know, if you ask me. If they thought that the design is good and they repurposed it for a different need, I mean, I can see the similarities, but I don't think there's any question that they're 2 completely different bags. I haven't held one. I long had one at the skate park this weekend, and it looks great. So I'm, you know, if you need a bag, it's a good bag. It's a little big for me, to be honest. I don't think I'm the market for that, but yeah, it's fine. The bags, Raymond or Ramon, I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm hoping that it's going to be around 80 bucks. It costs a lot more to make now than it used to, by like 30%. You know, the last time we made them was like 15 years ago. So it's going to cost a little bit more than it did. I think when we sold it in the past, it was 75. So I'm going to try to get around 80. I feel like 80 is a really good price for a bag like this, you know, with a skate carrier and all the other things. It's got to be under 100 though. If I can't get it under 100, I'm not going to bring it in. I'm shooting for 80. That's my goal. Yeah, stay tuned. I hope to have some announcements next month, you know, in February, but I'm still waiting back on a lot of things from the manufacturers. We do have some samples being made though, so let's hope that we can get that price down. A true freestyle frame. I don't have my glasses on. I think it's Yeti. No, not until I figure out how to make it unique. Fitty had a freestyle frame. Do I have it here? I don't know if I have it here. 50/50's made a freestyle frame. I might bring that frame back. I don't know. I hear a lot of people love it, and I need to skate it. To be completely honest, I just don't know. I don't want to bring back a thing that I don't skate. You know, there's a reason why Compass is coming out with 72 millimeter and 100 millimeter to start. It's because I skate 72 millimeter and 100 millimeter wheels. I don't skate 80s. I don't skate 110s. I skate 72 and I skate 100s. And there's a reason for that. I love the balance of speed that I get with 100s, but the acceleration that I wouldn't have gotten with a 110. The 100 is the perfect wheel for me. I like the tight groove of a balance frame with juice blocks. And I don't know that I would get the same feeling with a freestyle frame. I don't know. I hope that I would. And I hear a lot of people really like them, but I haven't skated them. So until I skate them, I'm not going to bring them back. I just don't know if they're good, and I don't want to say that they're good. But I have started doing some research. So it won't be this year, but it might be 2020. Again, stay tuned. I'm working on it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. My throat's starting to hurt for some reason, so I'm not super happy about that. JK 48 millimeter plastic anti-rockers, like the UHMW ones. I think that's a cool product. I think the juice blocks do the job though. There are people out there making, you know, like Moonshine, like Slicks, who make those little grind blocks. I don't want to get into that market. I think that they are fine with that market. I think that the juice blocks are a different implementation of that. I think the fact that you can roll over things with those little anti-rocker wheels and it doesn't, you know, stick is fine, but I don't stick on things with juice blocks. So, you know, I think if you skate 60s or 58s, you don't have that problem to begin with. Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole grinding thing, I think the juice block system is really good. And until I can find a system that's better for the way that I skate, I think that we're sticking with the juice blocks. And, you know, let the other people come up with, you know, anti-rocker wheels or different ideas that they can make a better grinding system. I'm pretty happy with what we've got. The Slack, there should be a link somewhere. If not, go to, I think it's backtoblading.slack.com and request an invite. Otherwise, you can do a search on the website, backtoblading.com, and do a search for Slack. It should be in there. I will put a link, I don't know where. I'll put a link in the next podcast and mention it. I'll make sure that I mention it in the podcast. We're recording this weekend, so I'll make sure that I mention it, and I'll make sure that I put a link in there to the invite, just in case. Maybe the invite link expired, I don't know, but I'll make sure that there's a new link. Come join the Slack. There's a lot of nice people there. We talk about blade stuff. We talk about non-blade stuff. That's where blading community started, and that's where the shirt idea came. That's where we vote on the tricks for each month, which reminds me, get your front sides in. You got like 1 more week, 2 more weeks. You got to get that front side in. Yeah, I'll put a link in the. I'll find a way to. I'll find a way to do it, Joseph. I see your mention. I'll find you on Instagram, and I'll ping you an invite link, and then I'll make sure that I put it in the podcast. I'll probably just put it at backtoblading.com somewhere, just so that people can get access to it. I wish that there was a way for people just to join. You need to have an invite link in order to have people go in. We publish the invite link, but you need to be able to click on it so that you can join. Would love for everybody to be there, though. There's channels for everything: big wheels, aggressive, videos, gear talk, general stuff that, just living. So yeah, it's a good place to just chat with fellow bladers, especially if you get bored at work. Some days are busier than others. Some days we just kind of sit around and nobody talks, but that's life. Anyway, I think I'm good. Thank you all so much. SkateEverywhere.com. Please check it out. Let me know what you think. Watch the videos. Each of the team is amazing. I'm floored at the talent. I was going through and editing the videos last night, and I'm just floored at the talent and the diversity that's out there. Like, each of those skaters brings something completely different to the company, and that's what I want. That's, if there's anything that you've learned from this gear talk, is that there are to the way that you can skate. Just put wheels on your feet and go have fun. Don't let anybody tell you that you're grinding wrong or that you need to skate differently. Like, just go out and have fun. Like, that's what we're here to promote. And if you just keep that in mind, if you just go out there and have fun, I mean, you'll have a smile on your face, and who doesn't want that, right? There's so much hate. I see it all the time on the Facebook groups and stuff, and rollerbladers talking bad about rollerbladers for rollerblading, right? It's like, just, we're a dying species. Let's everybody promote each other. Let's everybody try to keep skating. Who cares what discipline you do? If you want to put some rockered wheels on and go do spins, then do it. Like, you're having fun. Like, go out there and do it. It's better than sitting at home playing Fortnite or something. I think that's what the kids play. Anyway, thank you all for joining. See you guys in a couple of weeks. We're recording a podcast this week. Backtoblading.com/podcast. If you wanted to listen, should be out on Monday. And I can't wait to skate this weekend. It's supposed to rain, so I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to skate much. But I can't wait. I haven't skated these ground control Trimax in a long time, so I'm going to test those out. Anyway, thanks all for watching. Have a good one.